Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin right now, as we're only 90 subscribers away from our ultimate goal of 1,000 subscribers, right? And then we can unlock all the features that are given to us, and we can really give the power of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing to you, the subscriber. But if you look at this chart right now, this was from our last pump in October of 2020 after the COVID everything mess, and then we started the pump and we broke some major overhead resistance and this FIB circle right here, and then flew way up. But look what we got going on here. This green box is the volume indicator, major volume traded area, and you can see we had a cluster up here and another cluster up here. This is the start of the get my shit together box way down there, aka last line of defense to the shit house, right? And what we got going on here, if you pay attention to this, you can see very similar things going on. We had major upper resistance and support, and then we broke a key level of this rising wedge. And we went over this a million times back then. Pumping price, pumping volume, bullish. Up and sideways consolidation after pump with crashing volume. Very bearish. Often you notice a rounding top like such as the buyers or the bulls become exhausted and the sellers or the bears take over the market, and the price is going to come down, and it did. There was a 200-day moving average here at the time, and it worked all the way down to there. And then you can see in the daily time frame, it held it as resistance once, twice, and then finally broke through it on the third time, back tested it, and off we went. But you can see the similar formation that we had up here. After this flush, and then we traded sideways, we formed another similar rising channel, or rising wedge, right? And if you notice again, we started this with the flush out, and this whole move up and sideways has been with crashing to no volume. Look how dead this volume is. It's far superior below where the mean of the volume was on the other one. The mean was up here on that one. Look at that. The mean was way up here with the volume last time on the pump. This time it's way the fuck down there. There's no volume. Yes, it did breach the all-time high, but technically we never really closed. Daily candles, either time that we peaked above it, each day, interday, we flopped below it and closed below the all-time high down there, right? And then flushed. So that's very bearish. And now we're coming back onto this key support, this orange ring that we thought would knock us down just shy of the all-time high when we were running into it. We thought that would initiate a flush, but it had a little bit more to go. It overshot it and faked out and came almost up to this upper target of 72,000. And now we're rolling over, and we've actually flushed now out of this rising wedge, and we've broken down below the wick, got bought back up, and now we're underneath in the daily time frame of a 200-day moving average, which is critical because you can see how we dance. We haven't moved these lines. Oops, fucker. Get this shit out of there. We haven't moved these lines, or this FIB circle, since we were coming way back down there when we put it back several months ago. And when we got supported off of here, that's why we thought this would get it rejected. But you can see it acted as major overhead resistance, formed sort of a ascending triangle right there, and then broke out to the upside, right? But then it got rejected, swooped back down. Remember when we were in here, we told you this likes to where when we got down to about here, we said this looks like it's rounding a bottom and coming up to back test to get rejected back down to here. And then it formed a cluster and flushed. But notice how it came right back to that FIB circle, because that's a major FIB circle, right? And if we can't hold this and we keep getting rejected by this 200-day and drop down, your next flush is all the way down to here on a major support level, right? We're going to put a little marker down here. Where's my little marker? Industry exclusive price label. You can see $39,000, and that would be a swift crash of approximately 17.69%, and that would be your next major support zone just above your major volume traded area. And at the bottom of that would be your technical target if this is a confirmed breakdown of that falling channel. And that's what this area down here is, right? At $29,000. And then we have much lower targets on an even faster flush and a flash crash. It would bring you to the top of the shit house, right? Down here, if we flushed and we had a mass liquidation, there would be a major underneath support, but that's for another time and another day. But what we could be going on up here is we could be having a classic double top, right? Look at this. I mean, this is so classic to see. I'm shocked nobody else is pointing this out. You have a top and then a double top, right? And how you do your targeted move. If we put this on auto, let's see if this will do it like this. You would go from the top to the neckline, which would be down here, and then you'd bring it to the point of a breakout. But see that? So what we need to do is, I believe this is a 50% drop, 57.99% drop. So what we need to do is we need to go from the neckline down 59%. And look at that. See how that lines up beautifully with the top of the shit house? So if this was a technical, if this was a double top right here, let's make sure this isn't getting all fucked up. If this was a double top right here and it was going to break the neckline, right, you would go 59% down. Hold on, we don't want to do that. We want to go down here. The technical target would be from the neckline down, and that would, come on, and that would bring you right down there. If this was a potential double topping reversal pattern, right? The mountaintop, see that? And that would be the neckline. And then this would be one top, and then the second top when it trades down for the neckline. If you broke that, this would be your targeted move down there. So that's what we're looking at with the Bitcoin. We're going to move along real quick to the XRP. And you can see the XRP, we've had phenomenal calls on this, and we won't go back over all that, but we called a 72-cent target when the price was at 113 and rising back here, right? We called it beautifully, and one of the only ones to make that phenomenal call, because everybody else thought the cryptos were going to 100,000 Bitcoin and XRP was going to 10 million, right? But now XRP is getting delisted in Canada off a lot of exchanges because there's a lot of noise and a lot of trouble for XRP. Like I've been saying, don't be in the hype train, be on the fact train, stay away from the charlatans and the heisters and the snake oil salesmen out there that are selling you a bag of goods. That's really a spoiled bag of baloney, and you don't want a spoiled bag of baloney, right? No. But right here, what you got here is you have XRP. We've been in this falling channel for a while after we went through all of that and all the patterns that we were in, and right now currently we're under the volume traded area. There's your area right there, so we're bearish. So if you want to get bullish right now, like we told you down here when you got supported, you could make a run up here and hit resistance again. Like you hit resistance, then you hit support, resistance, support, resistance, flush on a wick, bought back up, a wick to resistance, down to support. Now we're trying to trade sideways and up to get to resistance again, and that is a total possibility. And as we zoom our way in to the 1 hour time, 2 hour time frame, you can see we're forming sort of a ascending triangle with these candle wicks up here and then the body, and then if you did a breakout, it'd be from there, and then you would pull the targeted move, which would get you right there up to your upper resistance, right? So if you want to, on a breakup target, this is where your next major upper resistance is, right in this area. And we'll put a little price note up there so everybody can see that. Little price note, see that? So that's your major upper resistance if you try to break up from this 83 cents to 86 cents. And then if you can get above that and make a run, 92 cents would be major, major, major overhead resistance. So we'll mark that off into the future, right? So that's if you break up, and then if you break down, obviously you got your major support down here at 75 cents in this falling channel. Like you can see, it's hit multiple times back here, right there, right here, right? And then if you were to break that, your next underneath target would be all the way down here at that flash crash low on that wick at 57 cents, right? So that's what it looks like we got going on here in the crypto sphere. I'll keep you updated tomorrow morning as I wake up and we see what the coins have done overnight. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all. Peace and love. Peace and love.